Good morning, all. Let us see the further examples about partial differential equations. Some examples are remaining to study. So, let us see. Find the L inverse of s cube upon. Here, there is a original example is find the L inverse of s cube upon s raised to 4 minus a raised to 4. So, here we have seen in previous lectures that if quadratic equation is there, then we can convert, if possible, then we can convert that quadratic equation into linear factors and then use the four rules of this partial fraction for the first step of this example for finding the L inverse. So to have the first step, that is introducing the constants a b c d etc. So for this first step, in previous examples, by using these four rules, if the quadratic equation is there, then we converted the quadratic equation into linear factors and use the these partial fraction rules. Then if there is a cubic equation, then we use the synthetic division to factorize the given equation into linear factors. Linear factors means s power should be 1. So this is s power has 2, again the second bracket in which the s power has 2. Hence these are the quadratic equation, because we can't factorize these quadratic equations. So here for cubic equation, it is fixed that we can use the synthetic division to find the linear factors. But for the fourth power equation, we don't have any rule to factorize that type of equation into linear factors. So there is no any fixed rule for raised to 4 s raised to 4 terms to find the linear factors. For quadratic equation, there is a rule. For cubic equation, there is a synthetic division. But for having fourth power, there is no any rule, so that there is no any fixed rule. So we have to use the previous 12 standard formulae. Uh, we have to apply these formulae and convert this type of fourth power term into linear factors or into quadratic factors, and then use these four partial fraction rules. So here s raised to 4 minus a raised to 4. So if there is a such term, that is middle sign is minus sign, and s raised to 4 term should be there, and middle sign is minus sign, and here there is a constant. If constant is a raised to 4, then there is no any problem. If there is a constant having power 3, 2 or 1, a square, a cube, a raised to 4 etc., the constant doesn't change the method of that example. So what we have to remember, so raised to 4 power should be present, and minus should be there. So these two hints are important to factorize such type of terms, raised to 4th power terms. So here the s raised to 4 term is, if s raised to 4 term is present and middle sign is minus sign and the second term is constant, then to factorize such type of equation, we have to use a square minus b square formula. So a square minus b square formula is a plus b, a minus b. So here this formula, how to use this formula? So first term should have this square, second term should have also square. So here there is a raised to 4 term. So s raised to 4 means s square its square. So here s raised to 4 means s square its square. We should have to write the first term as bracket square, or some term its square minus second term its square. So here s raised to 4 can be written as s square its square, that is, this is your sum term or particular term. Sum term its square minus whatever the constant here we can always write for the in the case of constant we can always write the bracket square term. So if, in this example there is a raised to 4, so this is a square its square. So s raised to 4 minus a raised to 4. How to remember such type of examples, raised to 4 terms examples? So if there is a s raised to 4 term with minus sign, then use a square minus b square formula. And for applying this formula, we have to write just in the form of the given equation in the form of first term its square minus second term its square. So s raised to 4 is s square its square minus a raised to 4 is a square its square. So this is your first term its square minus second term its square. So what is the formula? First term square minus second term square, first plus second term, first term minus second term. So this can be written as, this is your first term, this is your second term. So first term plus second term into first term minus second term. So this is the general factorization method for having these two conditions, that is s raised to 4 term should be there and minus sign should be present in the equation. Then only we can use the a square minus b square formula. So this is your hint for factorizing such type of equations. In another example, if there is a s raised to 4 minus 2, then how to write this as s raised to 4 means s square its square and minus 2 means which number having square is equal to 2. So we can write 2 as root 2 square. So any constant we can always write as a bracket square term. So there is no any problem with the constants. Just we have to remember that these two terms should be present, s raised to 4 and minus sign. So we can use the so this is your hint that we have to use the a square minus b square formula. So here a square plus a square and a square minus a square are the factors of this raised to 4th term. So this is your hint, because there is no any particular rule, fixed rule for this. Just this is your hint, that is 2 points s raised to 4 term and minus sign. Then a square minus b square formula should be applied. So here s square plus a square, this is quadratic equation non-repeated. A square minus a square is quadratic equation non-repeated. Because in partial fraction, for this first step, there are 4 rules of partial fraction method. Linear, if the denominator contains linear factors, non-repeated, linear means s should be having power 1. Then second rule, linear and repeated factors, if denominator contains quadratic and non-repeated factors. And fourth rule is if denominator equal to quadratic and repeated factors. So here these two are the quadratic and non-repeated factors, because we can't factorize again this quadratic equation s square plus a square, because there are only 2 terms. If there is a such term, 3 terms, so this is again your quadratic equation, but this quadratic equation we can convert into linear factors, or you can factorize this quadratic equation. So this is your s minus 1 bracket square. So this is your linear factor s minus 1, because s having power 1. So this is linear factor and repeat. Bracket square means s minus 1 is the linear factor repeated 2 times. So here in this type of equation we can convert the quadratic equation into linear factors, but by using the rules. But here this quadratic equation can't have the linear factors. So here this is your purely quadratic factor and non-repeated again. So the rule is third rule we have to apply. If denominator equal to quadratic and non-repeated factor, then ax plus b, the constants should be written in this form, that is ax plus b upon that quadratic equation. So here in this rule x is used as a variable and In Laplace transform, inverse Laplace transform, we have the variable as s. So replace that x by s. So as plus b upon that quadratic equation. So here for a square plus a square, apply the third rule, as plus b upon first quadratic equation, a square plus a square, plus this is your sign for the rule of the partial fraction method, plus again for a square minus a square, that second quadratic equation, again use the third rule of partial fraction method. As we have used the AB constant, so take the next constants as CS plus D upon that second quadratic equation, a square minus a square. So for first, this is your third rule, and for second quadratic equation, a square minus a square, this is your again third rule we have applied. So this is your equation number 1. Then if the two terms are present, then the next step is we have to simplify this right side and write the equation as, by simplifying some terms, write the equation as numerator equal to numerator, which is your equation number 2. So here if there are two terms, this is your first term, this is your second term, so take the cross multiplication and simplify and write the numerator equal to left side numerator equal to right side numerator equation. If there are we have seen some examples in previous videos that if there are first, second and third or fourth terms, then for simplification we use the LCM method. So here we need not to use the LCM method, because LCM method we are used if the 3, 4, 5 etc. terms are present. Here in this example 2 terms are there, so take only cross multiplication. So by taking cross multiplication, a plus b into a square minus a square plus cs plus d into a square plus a square upon a square plus a square into a square minus a square. So the denominator is product of these two brackets, and this on the right side the denominator contains the product of two terms, two brackets, and in left side there is again a square plus a square and a square minus a square, that is product of two repeated brackets. So left side denominator is equal to right side denominator. Cancel these two denominators and write numerator as s cube equal to right side numerator after cross multiplication is as plus b into a square minus a square plus cs plus d into a square plus a square. So this is your equation number 1. So here for finding the constants, there are two methods. First is shortcut method and second is your basic method, that is comparison of coefficients of powers of s. So here we are using the coefficients comparison method, because for shortcut method on the RHS of equation number 2, if linear factors are present, then we can use that method. So here quadratic equation, a square minus a square plus a square. So there is no any linear factor, so hence we are using coefficient comparison method. So for coefficient comparison method, what is the highest power of s on this RHS? So by multiplication, after multiplication we get as into s square, that is as cube. So by multiplication of these two brackets, so this is your or step, you can write in the exam, or you can roughly take the multiplication of these two brackets and these two brackets, and by thinking you can write the equations. So here as cube, that is s cube is the highest power. So compare the coefficients of s cube, then s square, then s, then constant. So this is your method. So in equation 2, left side s cube term is present, so its coefficient is 1, so 1 equal to right side coefficient of s cube is, after multiplication, as into s square, that is as cube, that is a is coefficient of s cube. Then in this second bracket multiplication, cs cube, cs into s square, that is cs cube. So plus c is your second term or second coefficient of s cube. So we get, by comparing the s cube coefficients on both sides of this equation number 2, we get 1 equal to a plus c. This is your first equation. Then compare the coefficients of s square. Left side, on left side s square coefficient, s square term is not present. So take the coefficient of s square as 0 equal to, on the right side the S square coefficients are, after multiplication, you can orally imagine the multiplication of these two brackets and write the equations. As into S square, S cube term, As into minus A square S term, B into S square. So this is your plus B is your S square coefficient. So B, then here ds square, after multiplication ds square is there, so d is your S square coefficient, so plus D. Then compare the coefficient of S on both sides. So here S term is absent, so take coefficient is 0, so 0 equal to, on right side the coefficient of S is As into minus A square, so S coefficient is A into minus A square, A into minus A square. Again Cs into S square, so S coefficient is C into A square, C into A square. Then compare the constants on both sides. Here left side constant is absent, so take 0 equal to, right side constants are B into minus A square, so there is no any S term in that, so it is purely constant. So on right side two constants are there, minus A square into B and plus D into A square, plus D into A square. So by using the coefficient comparison method, we get the 4 equations and solve these 4 equations. So here you can write third, fourth, fifth, sixth equations. So third and in fifth equation, A square get cancelled, or you can take common as you can take A square as common and take that A square on left side. So 0 upon A square is 0. So we get, by cancelling this A square, 0 equal to minus A plus C. So this is your final fifth equation. And again in last equation, A square is common. So again cancel this A square by taking common and take that A square on left side. So 0 upon A square is 0. So we get 0 equal to minus B plus D. So this is your final third, fourth, fifth and sixth equations. So here you can see that third and fifth equations are in same constants, that is third and fifth are AC equations, that is A and C equations, and fourth and sixth equations are B and BD equations. So here to solve the equations, we want this type of equations, that is to solve the two equations simultaneously. The two equations contains the same constant, so third and fifth equation we can solve because third and fifth equation contains A and C, A and C. So this should be same. So here A and C equations. So third and fifth, solving third and fifth equation. Again fourth and sixth equation BD equations are there. So fourth equation and sixth equation contains same variables or same constants, B and D, B and T. So solve fourth and sixth, solve third and fifth equation. So for third and fifth equation, here A is there and in this equation minus A. So by adding third and fifth equation, we get that A is cancelled and we get the first value of C, and then put this value of C in 3 or 5, we get value of A. So here write this third equation, A plus C equal to 1, fifth equation minus A plus C equal to 0. So by adding these two equations, A minus A is 0, C plus C is 2C, 1 plus 0 is 1, so C is 1 by 2. Put this C is equal to 1 by 2 in third equation, so A plus half. Take this half on left side, 1 minus half is half, so A value is half. So by solving third and fifth, we get AC values. Again similarly, solve fourth and sixth equation. In fourth and sixth equation, B and minus B are there. So by adding this B is cancelled. So take the addition of this. You can take the subtraction. In subtraction, the second equation has the opposite signs because the signs are changed in the second equation. So minus B changes to plus B, plus D, minus D, and 0 is 0. So if we take the subtraction of these two equations, D minus D, that is in subtraction D is cancelled and in addition B is cancelled. So you can use any method, that is addition or subtraction. So it is easy to have the addition or to take the addition. So b minus b is 0, d plus d is 2d, 0 plus 0 is 0. So d is 0, put d equal to 0 in this fourth equation. So b plus 0, that is b equal to 0. So by solving fourth and sixth equation, we get b and d as 0. Put these all a, b, c, d constants values in equation 1. This is your next method or next step. So as b and d values are 0, b, d values are 0, right? Put only a and c values. So the required term equal to a value and b value we put here, half s upon s square plus a square and s square minus a square. So the apply in example we have to find the inverse of this left side. So to find the inverse of this left side, that is to find the inverse of right side. So L inverse of required term equal to L inverse of right side. So take half on outside, L inverse of s upon s square plus a square, half L inverse of s upon s square minus a square. And this is your standard formula, because s upon s square plus a square inverse is, this is your direct inverse Laplace transform formula. S upon s square plus a square, s upon s square plus a square inverse is cos it. So this is your cos it, and s upon s square minus a square, s upon s square minus a square inverse is cos hyperbolic it. Cos hyperbolic it. This is your answer. So in this inverse, to find the inverse is not difficult. The steps of partial fraction method, this is important. Then the next example is L inverse of s square plus 2a square upon s raised to 4 plus 4a raised to 4. So here again there is a s raised to 4th term. So we have to remember one hint, because this is your next type example, because in previous example we have seen that s raised to 4 and minus sign term. Then in that example we use the a square minus b square formula, but here there is a plus sign in middle of these two terms, so we can't use a square minus b square formula directly. So here we have to remember some hints, extra hints in this example. So here this is your important, don't consider these scratches. So a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4, so this is your general term. If there is a first term raised to 4, second term raised to 4, then we have to remember this hint that this plus should be converted into minus sign, and then if we get, once we get the minus sign in middle, then we can use the again a square minus b square formula. So in previous example there is a minus sign directly given in the example, that is s raised to 4 minus, and we use the a square minus b square formula directly for that denominator term. But in this example there is a plus sign, so use another extra hint to convert this middle plus sign to minus sign, and then use a square minus b square formula. So how to convert? So here we have to use the bracket square method. So this method we have seen in first shifting property. So for applying first shifting property, we have to convert the given example into bracketed equation, and for having bracketed equation, we use the generally bracket square method. So here a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4 term is there. So here a raised to 4 plus, if there is a raised to 4 term, then plus sign is converted to minus sign as, take the bracket square method here. So a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4, these two terms are taken as a square plus b square bracket square. That is, if there is a raised to 4 term, then take its square root, that is a raised to 4 square root is a square, b raised to 4 or second term its square root is b square, and then take its bracket square. But we are writing this is equal to bracket square, but in this bracket expansion a plus b bracket square formula, a square plus twice ab plus b square. So a raised to 4 plus, because first term is squaring term already. So we have to square the square term. We have to use a plus b, or first term plus second term bracket square. We have to use this bracket square formula. First term a square plus twice ab plus b square. So first term you have to take its square plus twice first term second term plus second term square. So here first term square is written in the form of square term or square notation. So we have to take again its square. So first term square, a square its square, that is a raised to 4, plus twice a square b square plus b raised to 4. So instead of this we have written this bracket square. How to write this? Take its first square root, then second square root, a square plus b square, and then take bracket square. In expansion of this bracket square, this is your extra term, because this and last term a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4 is your left side, a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4. But plus 2a square b square is extra. So cancel this by taking plus 2a square b square is cancelled by taking 2 minus 2a square b square. So a square plus b square bracket square minus 2a square b square. So in such a way that we converted this plus sign into middle minus sign. So this is your important hint. That is, write this brackets, write this left side term as bracket square, expand this bracket square. In this, compare this left side with this expansion terms. First and last term is matched, the middle term is extra. Cancel this by taking plus sign, plus 2a square b square is your extra term. Cancel it by taking minus 2a square b square. If there is a minus 2a square b square, then cancel it by taking plus 2a square b square. That is, we have to take the opposite sign term. So this is your bracket square of a square plus b square bracket square and minus 2a square b square as it is. In such a way that we get the plus sign converted into minus sign. Then as the middle sign is minus sign, now we can use the a square minus b square formula. So for a square minus b square formula, a plus b, a minus b, that is first term square minus second term square. So the example should be in this form of left side, that is first term its square should be there, second term its square should be present in the example. So here first term its square is present, that is first term is a square plus b square and then its square, minus second term square is not in the form. So we have to convert the second term into that form of bracket square term. So this is the square of 2 is square of root 2, a square is square of a, b is square of b. So root 2 ab its square is your 2a square b square. So now we have first term square minus second term square. First term square minus second term square. So we can use the a square minus b square formula for this second step. So first term is a square plus b square. Second term is root 2 ab. First term square minus second term square. So the formula is first plus second term, first minus second term. So this is your first term. This bracket is your second term. So the first so the formula applied here. This is your you can imagine that this bracket is your x. This is your x, and root ab. You need not to write this type of rough calculation. Just imagine root ab is your y. So we have given x square minus y square. So use x minus y formula, x plus y, or x plus y, x minus y. So x is your plus y is your root ab, and x minus y means x minus y. So a square plus b square plus root 2 ab, a square plus b square minus root 2 ab. So this is your expansion of this bracket square, first term square minus second term square, by using a square minus b square formula. So here the required term equal to a square plus 2a square upon so here this is your hint for a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4. So this you can take as a basic formula, and whatever the example in exam you asked, just think about this standard formula or theoretical formula. So this formula we have to apply for this s raised to 4 plus 4a raised to 4. So how to apply? S raised to 4 plus 4a raised to 4, that is, we have to write it s raised to 4 term and plus sign if there, then we have to use bracket square method and then use a square minus b square formula. So here first is bracket square, so first and second term is, first square root is s square and second square root is plus 2a square, because its square is 4a raised to 4. So 4 square root is 2, a raised to 4 square root is a square. So this is your s raised to 4 plus 4a raised to 4 bracket square method. So here in this bracket, instead of this we have written, or we are writing this bracket square, but in this expansion one extra term is there. So after expansion of this, use a plus b bracket square. So a square plus twice a b plus b square. Simplify this. So in this, if we compare this left side, first and second term matched, but middle term is extra. So cancel this middle term by taking plus 4 is there. So take minus 4 s square s square. So this is your first step, that is bracket square term. This is your first step. Then next step is, write this first term is your bracket square, second we have to write in the form of bracket square. So this is the square of 2as, its square, 4 as 2, s square as s, a square as a. So 2as square is 4a square a square. Then we convert this plus sign into middle minus sign by using bracket square method. So here we have, this bracket is your x square minus this bracket is your y square, x square minus y square. Apply the formula of a square minus b square, a plus b, a minus b. So x plus y, x minus y. So x is your this bracket, y is your this bracket. So x plus y, this is your x plus y, x minus y. So this is your raised to 4 factorizing terms. So we get two quadratic equations which are not factorized, because here there is no any 2a square is not splitted into two numbers, or doesn't, we don't have two numbers such that the multiplication is 2a square and addition is, this is your middle sign, because this quadratic equation, this is your quadratic equation, because s, the highest power of s is 2, highest power f is 2. So this is a quadratic equation, but this quadratic equation are purely only quadratic equation, because we can't factorize these two quadratic equations, because 2a square, that is a, is unknown here. So this is your we can write as, because this is your standard form of quadratic equation, x square, ax square plus bx plus c, that is first x square term, then x, then constant. So here s square term, then s, then constant. So this is your quadratic equation not repeated, this is your quadratic equation or quadratic factor not repeated. So use which formula? Third formula of partial fraction method, that is quadratic and non-repeated. Ax plus b upon that quadratic equation. So here as plus b upon as plus b upon first quadratic equation plus c for the second quadratic equation, cs plus d upon second quadratic equation. This is your equation number a, or you can write as a equation. So here again the next step is there are two terms, so take cross multiplication, and after cancelling the denominator we get the left side numerator is a square plus 2a square equal to right side numerator is after cross multiplication as plus b into this bracket plus cs plus d into this bracket. So here use the coefficient comparison method, because there are no any linear factors s minus 1, s minus 2, etc. Linear factors, such type of examples we have seen in previous videos. So for in detail, for detailing these examples, see these videos. So here on right side there are no any linear factor, so that we can take that bracket or that linear factor equal to 0, that is we use the shortcut method. So here we can't use shortcut method because linear factors are not present on this equation on this right side. So use the coefficient comparison method. So by multiplication we have the highest power of s is 3. as into s square is 3, that is coefficient of s cube. So by decreasing the power of s and comparing the coefficients of these terms, compare the coefficients of s cube on both sides. The left side contain s cube is absent, so take coefficient is 0 equal to right side equation after multiplication of these brackets we have as cube cs cube, that is a plus c. Coefficients are a plus c. Then by comparing the coefficients of s square on both sides we have 1 equal to, so here by comparing the coefficient of s we have this equation on both sides. So the s term is absent on left side, so take 0 equal to, after the multiplication of these two terms we have the coefficients of s on right side of this equation is 2a square a minus 2ab plus 2a square c plus 2a. And by comparing the constant on both sides, 2a square equal to, the right side constants are 2a square a, 2a square b and 2a square d. Then we get the 4 equation. So here in last equation we can cancel 2a square. So this is we get the simpler equation or simplest equation of this fourth equation. So by cancelling 2a square we get 1 equal to b plus d. This is your final fourth equation. Then we have a plus c equal to 0 first equation, and fourth equation is final fourth equation is b plus d equal to 1. Then from 2, here in this example we don't get the equations like AC equations, because in this previous example we get such equations, two equations in AC and solve simultaneously we get the values of AC. Two equations in BD, solve these two equations simultaneously and we get the values of B and D. But in this type of examples we don't have such type of equations, so we have to think or we have to practice such type of examples or such type of equations to find the values of constants. So here by simplifying some equations from these four, so fourth equation converted into b plus d equal to 1, a plus c equal to 0, this is your equation number 1. Then in second equation there is a b and d, that is b plus d. So we can put this b plus d value, that is b plus d equal to 1 here from the fourth equation. This is your fourth and this is your first. So in fourth equation b plus d value is 1. So b plus d again repeated in second equation, b plus d. So put b plus d equal to 1 here in second equation. So we get, what we get, 1 equal to minus 2aa plus 2ac, and b plus d is value is 1 plus 1. Simplify this, minus 2aa plus 2ac, 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So minus 2a is, or cancelling this 2a by taking common, So this we get minus 2a. You can simplify like this also, minus 2ac, and so cancel this minus 2 and minus 2a on both sides because they are same. We get a equal to c. So here, by putting fourth equation in second equation, we get a equal to c. Now we use this a equal to c equation in first equation. A plus c equal to 0 implies put a equal to c, so we get 2c equal to 0. That is, we get first value of constant, that is c equal to 0. Put c equal to 0 in this equation, we get a equal to 0. So here we use fourth equation in second equation, we get a plus equal to c. Use this a equal to c equation in first equation, we get a equal to 0 and c equal to 0. Then from 3, if we take common 2a square from first and third, because it is common, so 2a square into a plus c minus 2ab plus 2a. 2a square into a plus b, a plus c minus 2ab plus 2a d here. So here, by taking common 2a square from this third equation, we have a plus c, and a plus c value from equation 1, a plus c value is 0. So put here 0, we get minus 2ab plus 2ad equal to 0. Cancel this 2a on both sides, we get b equal to d. So how we are obtaining the constants here? Put fourth equation in second equation, we get a equal to c. Put this equation or use this equation for first equation, or put this a equal to c equation in first equation, we get ac values. Then in third equation, put this first equation in third equation, that is a plus c value equal to 0. Use this equation 1 in third equation, we get b equal to d. Then use this b equal to d equation in this fourth equation, we have put b equal to d here, 2d equal to 1, so d equal to half. Put d equal to half here, we get 1 minus half, that is b equal to half. So here we get bd values and ac values, all the values. Put these all values in this equation. So we have, as a and c values are 0, only we have to put b and d values. So half upon quadratic equation, half upon quadratic equation. So this is your equation. So now required inverse Laplace transform is right side Laplace transform. So this is your right side. So here, so the inverse of, take this half outside and inverse of 1 upon this quadratic equation. Then take this plus half outside and inverse of this quadratic equation. So here, this quadratic equation, we don't have the direct inverse Laplace transform formula because these three terms are not matched with these functions, because this direct formula of inverse Laplace transform contains only 2 terms in denominator and we have here 3 terms. So we can't use this direct formula. So here, just think the next method, that is first shifting property. In first shifting property, the given example should be in bracketed equation. So we have to first convert this denominator, both the denominators, into bracketed equation by using the bracket square method. So here, how to convert this bracket square method? If there are 3 terms, then this method is repeated in previous videos. So you can see these videos in detail for this method, bracket square method. So for 3 terms, if 3 terms are there and we have to convert this denominator into bracket square, then take first term square root, that is s. Then take the s coefficient, 2a's coefficient. Divide this coefficient by 2. We get 2a by 2, that is a. So plus a, and take its bracket square. Simplify this bracket square. S square plus 2as plus a square. and compare this expansion with this term. We have a square plus 2s, a square plus 2s. Here 2a square is there and we have a square. That is, this method contains, that is, in this expansion this term is extra. So cancel this by taking minus a square. So in expansion, whatever the, in expansion we have these three terms, and this, in this, a square plus 2as is written as s plus a bracket square, and in this square expansion we have three terms and third term is extra. So cancel this by taking minus a square, and this original plus 2a square we have to take as it is. So simplify this, s plus a bracket square, and this simplification 2a square minus a square is plus a square. So you can remember in this way, or you can remember like this, instead of this three terms we have to write the bracket square. So take the first square root, that is s, then take s coefficient is 2a, divide by 2, we get a plus a. So s plus a bracket square. Expand this. Instead of this we have taken this a square plus 2as plus a square by using a plus b bracket square. So here instead of this we are writing this, but these two are not matched here. A square plus 2a square plus 2a square, a square plus 2a plus a square. So here 2a square means extra a square is there. So here we have to write a square plus 2a square plus 2a square as a square plus 2a plus a square plus a square, that is 2a square is written as a square plus a square. So these three terms write as s plus a bracket square and this a square. From 2a square, 1a square is taken, 1a square from 2a square, 1a square is taken for having bracket square, and one single a square is keep outside. So this is your denominator bracket square equation. Again this is same, just we have to change the plus sign by minus sign. So we get s minus a bracket square plus a square. These both the terms are same, only just change of plus and minus sign. So here half s plus a bracket square plus a square plus half s minus a bracket square plus a square. So here the inverse of the required term equal to half. The given example, this given quadratic equation, or we can't use the direct formula of inverse Laplace transform, hence we are using the shifting property. For shifting property, this equation, this denominator is, because the numerator doesn't contain the s term, so we convert only denominator term into bracket square method, so or bracket square equation. So this is your bracket square equation of this equation. Then apply the shifting property. For shifting property, here the bracket is s plus a, here bracket is s minus a. So from this bracket take half, right as it is. From s plus a take e raised to minus at outside and take the inverse of, instead of s plus a put s in this equation, in this bracketed equation. So here half is taken outside already. So 1 upon s square plus a square, s square plus a square. So put here s plus a as s again, plus half as it is. Here the bracket is s minus a, so take e raised to at outside, L inverse of s minus a, then take opposite sign term e raised to at, L inverse of, again in this bracketed equation the bracket s minus a is replaced by s only. So 1 upon s square plus a square, s square plus a square. And for 1 upon s square plus a square there is a direct formula, 1 upon s square plus a square inverse, 1 upon s square plus a square inverse, sin 80 upon a, sin 80 upon a, again this is sin 80 upon a, and simplify this by taking e raised sin 80 upon a and 2 half, take common, and in bracket we get e raised to 80 minus e raised to 80. Write this term first, e raised to 80 plus e raised to minus 80, and this 2 with this bracket we have one formula, e raised to a theta plus e raised to minus a theta upon 2 is your cos hyperbolic formula. Cos hyperbolic theta. E raised to theta plus e raised to minus theta upon 2 is your cos hyperbolic theta. Theta is here 80. Or you can write as it is the this step as final answer. Thank you.